other interesting political news, you have Donald Trump signing an executive order banning trans surgery for minors, a major win for anyone with a modicum of intelligence or morality. Now, this comes to us thanks to Autism Capital, in which they say, quote, breaking, Trump signs executive order banning trans surgery for minors in the United States. Now, this is a very serious topic. However, maybe make light of the situation, I'll try a Trump impression, which it might be the worst Trump impression you hear all year, but perhaps it's an accolade in and of itself. In which he says, quote, today it has been my great honor to sign the executive order banning the chemical castration and medical mutilation of innocent children in the United States. Our nation will no longer promote, sponsor, fund, or assist or support so-called gender-affirming care, which has already ruined far more many precious lives. My executive order directs agencies to use every capable means to cut off federal financial participation in institutions which seek to provide these barbaric medical procedures that should have never been taking place. Unquote. Which, yeah, that was probably my worst Trump impression. I'm not gonna lie. The attempt was made nevertheless, and did get 57.7 million views and 45,000 likes. Not this video, obviously, but well, statistically speaking, that would never happen. But if you like the video, I'd appreciate it nevertheless. And yeah, it is. If you look at the finances of hospitals, a lot of them have some participation with the government in one way or another, even if the hospital is privately owned, just because of some of their patients. And yeah, one of the biggest lies Democrats ever said, and leftists, not all my Democrat friends believe in this, the transing of kids and the minor surgeries. Gotta make that delineation. It's mostly radical leftists, but it's concerning that more and more of them are making a bigger percentage of the Democrat Party. One of the biggest lies they ever said was that puberty blockers were totally, they literally, they told us to our face, yet our lie, add that to the dictionary thick length book of lies, that they said it was completely reversible, which is BS. They also said, well, kids are getting these surgeries. It's once they're 18 above. It's not happening, we were told, which, again, the same leftist lies. They always say, one, this isn't happening. Two, they say, well, it's only happening a little bit. Three, they say it's happening. It's a good thing. You should accept it. And then, lastly, they say, not only do you need to accept it, you need to praise it. Well, one of the biggest arguments they used to make, or they try to make, is, oh, well, you need to, if you don't do this, the kid will try to end their lives, which no one with a soul would ever say they want their kids to end their lives, ever. Now, the issue with them using this emotional argument is they're always trying to use emotional manipulation to gain hearts and minds. People convince them that their side of the argument is right. Their side of the argument is, in fact, completely 110% false. And one of the biggest issues is, well, not only have we've never done this before in modern U.S. history, other evil countries have tried this, mostly Germany, but it's one of those things where the suicide rates is the same regardless of if you have the surgery or not. Again, you have some of these kids as little as 10 years old getting mastectomies. It is so visually and morally disgusting. It's concerning. It's creepy how moms are usually the one doing this. The father is usually absent or dead inside or spineless. But yeah, you see this happening in other states like California. Now, this is more and more states are banning the practice. Now, we're getting a directive from the federal government now. This is going to be, I don't think it's going to end today. I pray and wish it was. But I think you're going to have major hospitals and major states and major pharmaceutical companies going up against Trump and getting this settled into the court, which at the end of the day, I do think it will get up to the Supreme Court like many cases do. And at that point, the Supreme Court will rule that, yeah, there's no way this is protected. There's no way this is be legal. It'll be banned. Again, majority of people in the U.S. say, yeah, once you're 18, do whatever you want. I would argue your body still isn't fully developed until your mid to late 20s. So can you really make a cognitive, intelligent decision? I mean, I would argue probably not. But yeah, it's one of those instances where at the end of the day, I think it will be long-term ruled illegal. And no, at the end of the day, I hope it's not accepted by anyone. And yeah, this is a big win. And again, in terms of promises made versus promises delivered, I think Donald Trump is one of the most successful presidents in our lifetime. I mean, the number of things, not just, fixing the border and sending the Marines there, which any leader would have done that day one in regards to protecting our border, but also, protecting small businesses, getting the oil industry back on their feet so we can get cheap gas, and also medically protecting these kids too. I mean, he has probably one of the highest I don't know what sporting vernacular I want to use, a batting rate or a hitting percentage. I'm so positively excited I can barely speak coherently, which is say something. Well, maybe it's not saying something because that's something I am constantly striving to do better, but this is great news. Now, the Supreme Pre-Vote, again, got 57.7 million views and 45,000 likes. One of the first comments comes from Liberal Crap Media TM, and it's a picture of a girl in a dress saying, quote, there's no such thing as a trans child, getting 626 likes. Also, it's a picture of a kid throwing up a rainbow saying leave the kids alone, getting 469 likes. Which again, I will make a delineation. There are a lot of people in the LGBT, whatever acronym community, they are against this. A very popular profile I do like on the X Twitter is Gays Against Groomers, in which they are viscerally against these types of surgeries. You also have Elon Musk, or rather a quote from Elon Musk from I Love America News saying, quote, well, it's Elon, so I can't do his voice. I can try another time perhaps. Any parent or doctor who sterilizes a child before they're consenting adult should go to prison for life, unquote. And that got 1,000 likes, which, yeah, I would argue, yeah, whatever happened to do no harm. Alistair Cleeson says, quote, how is this controversial is beyond me, and is a very popular metaphor, but I think it speaks to be truth. You have a comic of a kid pointing at a tattoo parlor, says, can I get that? And the mom goes, you're not old enough for that. And then the mom takes the child into a, quote, gender-affirming surgery clinic, which another argument of vernacular, they always like to use terms that are in their favor, make up terms like gender-affirming care, or, they call it, what do they call abortions on the Democrat Party? They call it, it's health care, which not for the child, no. They got 369 likes. Another popular argument is, a kid is not allowed to not just get a tattoo, but they also aren't allowed to smoke, and they can't, it is amazing, but this is one thing where they're like, oh yeah, they should be able to do this permanent damage to your body. You also have, let's see here, a lot of people just using the meme saying winning. You also have Peep Perspective saying, quote, the fact that this is even a thing speaks volumes. We have become seriously greedy and evil people in our healthcare system. Yep, Trump will put a stop to the transgender madness affecting kids, getting 257 likes, which, again, that's another issue is there's a huge, or Trump would say, huge financial incentive for pharmaceutical companies because, again, once you go down the path of transitioning, is a lifetime of recurring revenue from those, not just physical surgeries, but also for the chemical drugs that they assign to you. One of them, which is used to assign to, try to keep this, it's hard to keep this part of the show moderately family friendly, but I'm trying. They give a drug to people who hurt people in the worst way so that they can't do it anymore. They give it to men who hurt other people in the worst possible way so they cannot do it anymore. It's called Lupron. And you have, Matt Walsh famously had the documentary where he confronts a doctor, says, well, why do you give this drug to kids? Great question. And I don't think it's coincidence that doctor had, short blue hair as a radical leftist. Let's see. I don't see any contrarian statements thus far. You also have Kyle saying, quote, it's pathetic that it took Trump to reverse, should be outlawed in general, getting 853 likes. Mr. Medic says, quote, huge transformation from the Biden administration, getting 962 likes. Also have Bull Moose American saying, quote, children cannot consent. God bless President Trump for choosing sanity, getting 119 likes. Now, again, I can bet your bottom dollar it's going to be put into the court systems. There will be lawsuits left and right. But again, thank God this will save a lot of kids in the meantime. But there will be some states and areas like California where they're going to argue to the red of the face that this should be allowed. But let me know, do you think this will continue? Or I guess the real question is, do you think majority of Americans agree with Donald Trump? I venture to say they do. And then let me know, do you think, it'd be nice if it was, but do you think this is, said and done, this topic, the book is closed, so to say? Or do you think it'll probably end up in the courts and all the way get up to the Supreme Court? Let me know the thoughts, because as always, it'd be fascinating to hear what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in. Again, trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you can click that button, I greatly appreciate it. Also, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment. It's a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.